it was me. We're lying to ourselves if we think that we're not the cause of things that we do on our own. Whether we like it or not, a drug addict, we're a drug addict too, whether we want to believe it or not. And I'll get into it so you know what I'm talking about. I ain't just calling y'all junkies, but we really are. You're going to find out in a minute. So, 1 Corinthians 3:16 and 17. Don't you know that you people are God's temple and that God's Spirit lives in you? So the problem with this is we don't look at ourselves as a place where Yahweh lives. We look at ourselves as a place that he visits. And when he told me that, I started crying. Because how often do we, when we have company over, we want to clean up and polish this and make the best foods and straighten up, clean the bathroom really good, so when people come, our place looks presentable. It looks good. But why is it that we don't treat our temples like our temples or like our homes when people are coming to visit? It should always be clean. It should always be right. It shouldn't be just a visit where we get ourselves together, or once a year for a detox, or every now and again for a cleansing. We do our cars for oil changes. Why don't we treat our bodies, our temples the same way? It shouldn't be a visit that we're cleaning ourselves up. Even addicts can straighten themselves up for a little while to get what they need.
It's true. It's true.
They can come at you with a sign and a dance. They can get it together for a minute to get what they want, okay? Scratching and all. I'll clean your bedroom up. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'm that kind of addict. Never did a song and a dance, but I surely get happy when I get a Reese cup. Ooh, thank you. At any rate. I got a problem. It hits me first, right? But you'll realize, you're gonna get it. Let's go to Romans 12:1. I exhort you, therefore, brothers, in the view of God's mercies, to offer yourselves a sacrifice, living and set apart for God. This will please him. It is the logical temple worship for you. It's a sacrifice for us sometimes to turn down a plate, but yet we're supposed to be set apart. We're supposed to be doing things that are different, that are set apart. We should be doing things that other people aren't doing. We should be looking different, acting different, True. And ultimately being different, because we're supposed to be the set apart ones.
Truth.
But yet we don't want water. We'd rather have a sweet tea. If somebody said you need to drink water all week long, you mean I can't have my Starbucks, or I can't have my coffee, or I can't have my... No, you need to just drink water.
It's true.
But we want sweet tea. Oh, you're supposed to just have plain Greek yogurt. What? But you want a Blizzard instead. You don't want plain. Who wants plain Greek yogurt? We don't want baked chicken. We'd rather have fried chicken. We don't want a piece of fruit, but we tear up a piece of candy. Come on, y'all. I'm talking to myself in here, I guess. The reason we do what we want to do, even though we know it's not what Yah wants for us, is because we have an addiction. Romans 12:2 says, in other words, do not let yourselves be conformed to the standards of the Olam Hazeh, the world. Instead, keep letting yourselves be transformed by the renewing of your minds, so that you will know what God wants and will agree that what he wants is good, satisfying, and able to succeed. A lot of us have been tricked to believe that the things we consume are healthy, or the things that we've been doing have been right to do for years and years and years. The word today, illuminate, blessed me, because I believe Yahweh is going to shed some light on some things that we just overlook or don't care to look at, or some things need to be eliminated, and some things we don't need to touch at all. So he's going to show us how to eliminate some things. I want to show you how about 2/3 of people in this room, I'd like to say all, but I'll be nice, about 2/3 of us in this room are addicts and don't even know it. Let us renew our minds so we know what God wants and be able to agree that it's good and satisfying to succeed. All right? We can't succeed if we're addicts. Point blank, that doesn't please them. So let me get you some facts. Who likes soda? Okay. Okay. So this one, Diet Coke, for example. This is one. Phosphoric acid is in Diet Coke, one of the ingredients in Diet Coke. Phosphoric acid is a corrosive acid that's used in fertilizers, livestock, soaps, polishes, dyes, and polishing metals and other non-food products. This ingredient is in Diet Coke, but we drink it all the time. It's also added to soft drinks to provide a sharper, tangy taste and to help slow the growth of molds and bacteria. It's in sugary foods. This is phosphoric acid in soda. We drink it. Yeah, it's bad for your teeth, whole bunch of things. That's one. Okay, so we always have a choice. And knowing that a soda contains chemicals that produce cancer, because it does, it produces cancer and harmful chemicals. While the choice, we could drink water or flavored water with fruit in it. Reading food labels can guide us to make better choices for our bodies and minds and enhance our energy and vitality. Here's another one. This one messed me up. Bread.
Oh, yeah, that's fat.
Big one, right? We all eat bread. Bread's a big thing, right? Well, this particular bread, Wonder Bread to be exact, Wonder Bread has an ingredient called calcium sulfate in it. It's a common laboratory and industrial chemical. It is used as a desiccant. You ever see those little white packets that come in like your shoes or that says do not eat, throw away? That ingredient is in Wonder Bread. But it clearly says don't eat it. Yeah. Yeah. There's another big long word, azodicarbonamide. I don't know. It's used, this is crazy. Wonder Bread. Don't eat Wonder Bread. Don't eat Wonder Bread.
They say, daughter, if you can't pronounce it,
you shouldn't eat. Exactly. You don't know what that is. You can't pronounce it, and it's horrible.
They get away with those things by keeping right up under the level that the FDA has identified as a problem. So as long as they keep it under that percentage that has been standardized, and this is a reference for yup, then they can go ahead.
It's a hot mess is what I call it.
Curves, whatever, you know, good stuff.
So this azocarbonamide is used in the production of foam plastics. Foam plastics, like gaskets around windows, shoe soles, and yoga mats. This ingredient is used to make yoga mats and Wonder Bread. It's a wonder why we are jacked up, Wonder Bread. It's used as a dough conditioner and bleaching agent in our breads and cereals to preserve shelf life. I know before you can have Wonder Bread and they'll sit on the shelf for what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and not be moldy? There's something wrong with that. It's a long time. This has been found to cause asthma and skin sensitization in humans. It kills dogs in experiments and is currently banned in Europe and Australia. And what's so crazy, these big companies like Kraft and Coca-Cola and Nabisco and all these huge, large conglomerates, there are certain countries, like, let's say Europe, for example, they had to take all these bad ingredients out of their products before they ship them over to these other countries because those countries don't allow those products to their people. So they take all the bad stuff out, ship those same products to people in another country, and leave all the crap for us. Why can't they just strip all the stuff here too?
Kraft does that. Yep.
That's wrong. That's wrong. There's a problem with that. So that's a fact. There you go. Gave you a little knowledge. Hopefully you don't eat Wonder Bread and you stay away from the soda. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition suggests that sugar, higher glycemic foods can be addictive the same way as heroin and cocaine. Sugar, heroin and cocaine. They did a study on rats, and they gave some rats cocaine, and then they gave some rats sugar. The rats that were given the sugar were almost to the point where they were ready to have like seizures, and they still would choose the sugar water over the cocaine every time. Every single time. Sugar was more addictive. It does the same chemical reactions to your brain like cocaine or heroin. The same light receptors line up in your body when you have sugar, just like if you were to have cocaine. But if an athlete, because they promote all types of sports drinks and sodas and stuff, if they were like, hey kids, why don't you try some of these lines of cocaine or some of this heroin, they'd look at us like crazy people. But yet it's the same thing when it comes to sugar. When we're done, after streaming's done, I have a little 3-minute video to show you just how much sugar we were addicted to. And so the American diet is SAD. And the abbreviations to SAD is the Standard American Diet. And it is sad. Foods that spike your blood sugar are biologically addictive. I was reading something else, and when back in the day, 7-Up, you know it's a soda, it still make it today, parents were saying that they were having trouble with their kids drinking milk, babies drinking milk. So they were advertising, well, just do half and half. Do half 7-Up and half milk or formula to your babies. It's just as good as next to mother's milk. And an infant, giving our kids soda as an infant. There's a problem with that. Did you also know that 1 serving of Prego tomato sauce has more sugar in it than a serving of Oreo cookies?
It's in there.
It's in there. It is in there. Yeah.
Oh my.
Sweetened yogurts can have more sugar than a can of soda. I like yogurt. Supposed to be good for you.
Wow.
More sugar than a can of soda. So I'm going to give you guys a test. We're going to take a little quiz. It's just a verbal quiz, just so you can see how many of you possibly may be addicted to sweets. Ready? All right. Do you experience euphoria or excitement and relief when you eat snacks? Yes. I do. All right. Do you feel like sugar has a magical control over you? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say yes. Do sweets make you happy even on a bad day? Yeah, when I'm having a bad day, that's what I want. Yes. This one got me. Have you traveled far, gone out late, or overcome obstacles to get a snack?
Oh yeah.
Yup. Do you feel guilty after eating snacks? I kind of do, yeah. Is eating something sweet a part of a routine when you're alone? Heck yeah. When I'm by myself, can't nobody else eat the snacks but me? Absolutely. Do you find yourself thinking about sweets you want to try? Yeah, Pop sent me a recipe, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got to try that cake. I'm gonna hook that up. Yes, absolutely. Do you or your family make or stockpile snacks? I already told you that in the beginning. Yes, yep. Does your energy feel depleted from eating too much sugar? Yes. Yeah, after I eat snacks, I'm like, oh God, now I need more sugar to keep me awake. Yeah. Do you experience physical reactions when going without sugar for long periods of a time? I get a straight attitude. Let me want a snack and I can't get one? Oh, it's not good. I have a problem. I do. I'm working on it though. Do you lie about or hide the amount of sugar you eat? Do you worry about the sugar damaging your health, but you eat it anyway? Mm-hmm. Only two. There's 20 questions. There's only two that I didn't have a problem with. Dude, that's not good. Do you have trouble waking up in the morning and crashing in the afternoon? That wasn't my issue. Do you have crust in the corner of your eyes when you wake up? That wasn't my issue. Only 2. All the other ones apply to me. If you're left alone with your favorite snack, will you eat the whole thing until it's gone? Yup. Wow. Is a celebration not a celebration without snacks? It's my birthday.
Yeah.
Why would I not want a cake? I want something. Yeah, it's a party, right? Yes. Do you ever sacrifice eating good food and instead eat a meal of sugar? Yeah, sometimes I have Blizzard Wednesdays where I eat Blizzards for dinner. The Dairy Queen's right down the street from my job, so after work I'm like, you know what? It's Blizzard for dinner. Yes.
That's a mess.
Don't judge me. Do you love snacks so much it is a part of your personality? And when your friends describe you, they describe you as someone who loves snacks? Yeah. So my answer, it tallied up my answers, and it said, you are addicted to sugar. You need to get help. That's what my answer, that's what it said. I was like, really? But I already knew that. I already knew I needed help. So I just wanted to see if any of y'all, so if any of y'all answered yes to any of these questions, you got a problem. Okay? Just so you know. Let's go back to another scripture. Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, says Adonai. They make plans, but the plans are not mine. They develop alliances, but not from my spirit, in order to pile sin upon sin. How many times do the doctors tell us to stay away from certain foods and we don't? We want to do what we want to do. We're being rebellious. When a doctor says stay away from ice cream or sugar or salty foods, we're like, we might do it for a week and think we're doing something, and then our addiction pops in and we want McDonald's or a root beer or we want these things. It's because we're addictive. We're always making our own plans. When we don't do what he tells us to do, we're walking in sin. Period. Point blank. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have in mind for you, says Adonai, plans for well-being, not for bad things, so that you can have a hope and a future. It's his desire that we can have life and life more abundantly. But if we're eating things that we're addicted to, like sugar, it's killing us. We can't have life abundantly if we're dying by the things we're consuming. And we're taking that hope out of our future, out of the equation, because it's hopeful that we're going to die. We're killing ourselves. And we really need to get it together over something that's so little that we don't even think about. We have the same addictions as a drug addict, but yet it's not illegal and it's in almost everything that we eat. It's something that we crave. You want to know why? Oh my gosh, I really want some Doritos so bad. Or you know what, dang, I really want some Haagen-Dazs so bad. The reason why you crave things is because you're addicted to these things that you're craving. It's not an accident why kids go to the store. I want this cereal, mommy, please. When cereal, Cookie Crisp, and even Cheerios, these General Mills, back in the day, they said that whole grains were a good source of nutrition, but they load tons of sugar in the food. It's not, people don't normally want what is good for them. They want what tastes good. They want what looks good. If kids are eating a bowl of little teeny cookies, they're happy. What kid doesn't want to eat cookies or rainbow colored fruits with little marshmallows in them? Like, it's a trick. It's a trick and a trap. And if you've noticed, if you go into the grocery store, all the kids' cereals are right at eye level so they can see it. It's not up high where the parents have to get it. When the kids come in, it's right here in the middle where they can see it. That's messed up. They're killing our kids. John 10:10. The thief comes only in order to steal, kill, and destroy. I have come so that they may have life in its foolish measure. There is no way we can have life to its foolish measure when we eat ourselves into the grave. Eating ourselves into the grave. So, I have one thing to share. I wrote a poem on my snacking. and it's called My Snacks Demise. I'm feeling defeated by a chocolate bar. This has gone way too far. An addiction is an addiction, regardless of your vice. I wish I could love those little crispy cakes of rice. How can I feel defeated from something that doesn't even talk, but speaks so loudly to my flesh? My flesh is way too hungry. My flesh needs to rest. I can't allow these feelings to overtake who I am. I know I can beat this addiction. I really know I can. Some may laugh at my trials at hand, but if I don't slow down, this girl too may need a lap band. My flesh has been listening to something that shouldn't even speak. I won't allow myself to meet this ungodly defeat. I need to back away from the bread and pick up a veggie. I don't care how it looks, how it feels or looks, I am now ready. I have to be held accountable because my flesh is counting up the cost. I'm taking over now, so addiction, get lost. I will no longer be defeated with the snacks of today. I am determined and focused because I know that my Yahweh will make a way. Amen. And that is my word.
Wow.
Does anyone have any questions? Comment?
You're saying that the things that cause
Mike.
you,
Go to Mike, please.
When you were saying things that call to you, and the list of things doctors tell you, don't eat this, and don't eat pork, and don't eat this oil, and doctors told me don't drink coffee. I'm like, I don't drink coffee. Almost immediately, I started having a coffee a day. I'm not a coffee person. Just because they said don't, it was like something they said, okay. And I have the challenge of turning it down nearly every day. And I don't win.
And you don't win.
I think it was pretty deep about the soda situation. Because I can remember when I had got like my first car. And sometimes I could go out there and start up, and sometimes it wouldn't. And when I found out the problem was, it was so much corrosion around the battery. And I would take a can of soda and pour it on the battery to kill the corrosion. And then we're putting that in our body. But the thing is, I knew that happened, and I still drink it.
Let me tell you this. I used to love Breyers, but I haven't had Breyers in a long time, like a year and a half at least. So I stopped eating ice cream. Well, about a month ago, I discovered a new ice cream. What's it called, Joy? Juliet? Yes! Oh my soul. Yes! That ice cream is off the chizzy.
It be calling you and calling you and
I
calling
could
you.
not believe that it's homemade. The taste is homemade ice cream taste. Yes. It is the best. But what I learned to do is buy just one and it lasts for 2 weeks. Because you can very easy hold it in your hand and just eat the whole little thing.
Why are you talking about me?
Yeah. It's the best ice cream ever. And so I've noticed that they're trying to improve on things so you can stay there.
Exactly. And they put so many things in foods that appeal to your taste receptors that you want more and more and more. Back in the day, Coca-Cola actually had cocaine in it.
Exactly.
But now they just substitute it for sugar. It's just as bad. Cocaine.
And I think, too, we forget that sodas changes our pH.
Yes.
So it makes us more open to cancer.
Yep.
Then, it opens you up. Because the body's it's like a fish tank.
Right, and the pH needs to be level and at a certain
Yes.
way.
If you don't, cells will begin to die. The same as a
Same
fish
way
tank,
mm-hmm.
and it's crazy.
Well, we had Passover that whole week, no bread,
Oh my!
no bread. It was a challenge, but you know what? When I would think about, I'm doing this, I'm making this sacrifice for the Most High. It overcome the challenge because the
Yes.
flesh is like, give me everything
That's the
is
truth.
give me, and I find that to eat healthy is expensive, and everything that's healthy for you, you don't like. So
It's truth.
my remedy, what I be trying to do sometimes, I said, well, if I have it once a month, it's not bad. I gotta have something. You can't do anything. So, but anyway, it is a challenge. But I think making that sacrifice for the Most High. So now what I'm trying to do, I'm saying, well, I'm gonna just pretend it's Passover so I can just wean myself off the bread.
I just feel it's a shame as a society where we are with eating. Everything is instant, everything is fast. We don't look at the ingredients. If it's 99 cents, we rather get that than something like
That's
a
the
salad
truth.
for $2.99.
Truth.
But it's a shame because y'all put all this food here for us, all these fruits, these vegetables. It's a pharmacy of herbs and plants and everything for us to have, and we
Truth.
don't even want it.
It's expensive to get to it. If you want something organic, your fruits and everything like that to try and be right, I mean, you got to go to Wiley's Farms and you can get something that's $10. You know, it's only going to last you for several days. But whereas you can get oodles of noodles for 99 cents.
But you know why? Because see, we learned how to eat, to live to eat, and not eat to live. And we think every time we eat, we're before. No,
And you don't have to be full.
the purpose of eating is to keep the
Body nourished.
the body going. That's it. So we're just fruits and vegetables. But
Not happy with that.
I know.
And what's so deep is that our bodies are meant to have certain proteins and vitamins and nutrients that when we eat it, it registers to our body. We may only need like a handful of food and it registers to our body that we're full. But when we eat things like Big Macs and cheeseburgers and stuff that are depleted of all nutrients, we eat, so it doesn't send a signal to your body that you're full. So an hour later, you want to eat again, your stomach's full with food, but your body doesn't register that you've really eaten anything. So you overeat because you feel hungry, but in actuality, your body's over full with depleted nutrients. And that's why we gain weight, and that's why we're addicted to things, because when we don't eat the right things, we don't send the right signals to the body saying that we're full.
And you know what I found out when I lost 30 pounds. Last month, I found out last month I lost 30 pounds. So I found out the reason why I lost 30 pounds. I stopped drinking iced tea all day. I drank iced tea 24/7. Wow. That's what I did. And she said, it's more sugar in iced tea than anything. And when I stopped drinking that as much, I lost the weight.
They call that liquid sugar.
I love iced tea. Ooh, right my heart.
We psych ourselves out in so many different ways about things. So I started psyching myself about, why do you want to eat all that? It's the tongue. That's the only place we have taste buds, the small area. People who have stomas where they get their food supply in, they don't die from not having fed that tongue. They get the nutrients, enough to keep them alive, but I had to work with myself, okay, this is not about my stomach. This is about this. It's about just this one place. It's got all these taste buds. Now, it doesn't work all the time for me. I eat what I want to eat. But it sure did help me to start thinking, this isn't about this isn't about this. It's about just these individual cells that are
Taste buds making me or making me
No, it's addiction.
You know what? When I was sick that one time, I had that thing in me. My side, food, I couldn't eat food or drink nothing for 6 months. And I was small as a stick. But I wasn't hungry. So it's not like we can't live without eating a lot. But that thing was with me everywhere I was at. And yeah. So it's what it is. And then we come to the room and drinking sodas. I'd be like, God, I want one. I'm so bad. But for 6 months, I couldn't drink no water, no food, no nothing. For 6 months. After that 6 months was up, I realized how blessed it was to just put a piece of ice cube on my lips. Ooh, my. So, yeah.
So, how many addicts? Hi, my name is Lexi, and I'm a sugar addict. Anybody have any questions or comments?
Krispy Kreme.
Oh, stop it.
That's bad.
I'm not doing it. Yeah, I can't eat one. Mm-mm.
Krispy Kreme is bad. Woo!
Yeah, I know.
It good too. It good too. That's about the sugar.
Testing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Big sis, I just want to thank you for the word today. I will now try to, I know I'm going to think things differently. I might get mad at you a little bit. Because I know when I want to eat that, the first thing going to pop in my mind, what Lexi said. So, but I mean, it's good. We have to really think about our health.
Really?
We really have to think about our health. And, and just sitting here listening to your message, it really opened my eyes up to a lot of things that we put in our mouth that is bad for us. And not just our mouths, we go and put it in our children's mouths.
Right.
It's true.
That's true.
And but that McDonald's thing, I just stopped and got stuff for my grandkids at McDonald's, and McDonald's is actually poison.
Totally.
Not even food.
Yeah, poison. And I'm like, wow, what am I doing? I mean, I almost got convicted of buying it for them. It is because I'm putting this in my children's, my grandchildren's lives. It is, and so it and it's making me feel that Yah wants us to change the way we eat.
Yes, we have.
Because hearing that tonight means Yah is dealing with us pertaining to what's going in our mouths now. And I just want to say I'm grateful, and I thank you for allowing him to use you. But I still am going to get mad after, if I come in and don't say nothing to you, you know why.
And it's definitely a process, because I've been dealing with not wanting to consume as much sugar and snacks for years. I always knew it was an issue. I remember a kid, and they laughed at me. It was a couple years ago, and we were standing up for, I don't know what it was for. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I remember me standing up in church saying, I want you guys to pray for me because I'm addicted to snacks and candy bars. And I hear, and I'm like, I'm for real. I'm serious. I have a problem. I eat king-size things that I shouldn't be eating. And I would cry. I used to smoke weed bad back in the day, bad, like morning, noon, and night. So the same addiction to weed is the same addiction that I have for snacks. And I know that when I be like, oh my God, like every time I eat something, I used to smoke cigarettes too. Thank God I'm over that. But this is another hump, another hurdle I will get over. After I eat something, I want something sweet. And I'll be full after eating and be like, but I need a snack. I need a snack. Don't listen. Don't look at me like that. I'm telling the truth. But just like when people smoke cigarettes, after they eat or after they want to drink, they want a cigarette. It's the same thing. It's an addiction. After I eat something, I don't care if it's chocolate milk or a little sliver of cake or something, I won't eat all my food just so I can have something sweet afterwards because I know I'm going to want it. That's a problem. It's a problem when you get up in the middle of the night and you know you got some cookies downstairs, and you get up in the middle of the night, you eat a cookie, you walk back up the steps, and when you go into the bathroom, brush your teeth and take your behind back in the bed. That's a problem. I'm talking about me. That's what I used to do. The other day I got up, I'm like, oh, I'm so hungry. No, I probably was not hungry, but I went downstairs and got me some Cheez-Its, and I had a little bag of Cheez-Its next to the bed, laying down in the bed like a with my water, swinging the water around.
Any crumbs in the bed?
You know what,
I'm just saying.
that's an inside joke, Pop. Anyway, my husband woke up and he was like, "What's that? What are you?" And he kind of sits up in the bed. He was like, "That's you eating something." I thought it was Eli, my dog, and I was all convicted, like I'm eating snacks. So I kind of crawled up, wrapped up the bag, and drank my water and laid down. But I was embarrassed. That's what I thought. Hiding food. You did in the middle of the night. I'll get up and get snacks and won't go into the room or crunch them really softly. Or that's bad. That's a problem. That's not good. So what I'm doing, I drink water all the time. I don't like sugary drinks, but I like sugary foods. Like, I can drink water all day long. I don't really want juice or I drink coffee, but I'm content with drinking water all day. But my snacking, it's a problem. So I just started drinking like meal replacements and taking some vitamins and changing something. I mean, you have to start with something. You can't just say, oh, well, I have a problem and don't do anything about it.
Well, the first thing is a sugar detox.
Yes.
Look it up. There's a whole
There
lot
is.
you can do.
I just bought a book called A 10-Day Sugar Detox, and I'm getting a book in the mail, but there's a whole process of getting rid of sugar. There's even things that you can take, like tablets, to kind of get rid of the sugar out of your system. But just like people are addicted to sugar, when people have heroin addictions or drug addictions, they don't say, oh, well, you can use it in moderation. No, you don't use it at all. So if you're going to get rid of sugar addiction, you really don't need to eat it at all.
What's the sad part about it is the sugar is in everything.
Yes, it.
Sugar is in everything.
Yes. Yes. I know. I'm going to show you a little video, and I'll show you exactly what sugar's in. It's going to disgust you.
Well, I'm going to eat a little sugar. No, I'm eating a little sugar.
But you know what? Some people don't have a problem. If you're not addicted and you ain't got an attitude because you don't get any, and you ain't getting up in the middle of the night for cookies and stuff, traveling far and wide to get snacks, you be all right.
So thinking about what you said, like I think I had a problem. Right?
You think you have a problem?
I think I had a problem because I'd get up and smash like a couple of honey buns. It'd be like 12:30. I'm like, I'm hungry.
know.
I got these little Entenmann donuts here. I smash half of them.
I know.
I'll be going to get one, and they're gone.
What a box of donut!
I'll be to smash them. Gone.
Joy said, "Oop, my bad."
My bad. I don't know, for the last, month, 2 months, month and a half, something like that. I've been kind of cutting back on that. And
Did you take it brought it in the house?
yeah, I ain't bought it. I haven't brought it, right? So it ain't there for me to eat.
That's good.
And I've been replacing the urges with exercise.
That's good.
And that's the way, because, I get home, I'm tired, I'm sleeping. I'm
Right.
waking up. I ain't getting out of bed to get no snacks. You know what I mean? I'm tired. But yeah, thinking about it, yeah, I agree with you. It's Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make it home. I didn't have
Yeah.
the box.
When that light come on, all hell breaks loose.
I'm telling you. I replaced some tires because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
It's a
funny.
problem.
Wow.
But you know what I learned to do? Is I got a big thing of water next to my bed all night, and I drink it throughout the night, and it every night.
Yeah, I love water, but I have to stop drinking at a certain point because I get up so often to use the restroom, and it's like
And you think about it, you should.
disturbing my sleep. I want to
Yeah,
go to
it-
sleep and then wake
it
up in the
cleans
morning,
you
not
out.
3 times.
Clean It cleans you out.
Well, they can clean me out all day long, but when
No,
it comes
no, it
time for me
can't.
sleeping,
No, sleeping is the
For
time you
that.
get recharged and regenerated. So everything.
oh. He said some
Period.
people can't pee. Wow.
Period.
Yeah. I do. All right. Thank you, Photo. Thanks for listening to my word. Hopefully we can cut back on our sugary snacks. So streamers, I hope you got something from my word with my silliness. But thanks for joining us tonight. I appreciate it. Hope you got something. And come join us next Sabbath. We'd like to see you in the house. Shalom, shalom.